we have to chain 30. That's how we start every one of these. So to make a chain, oh, and we're using, I guess I should go with that. We're using Super Jumbo Red Heart yarn in Patty Green, so St. Patrick's Green. And then a US H hook, so 5mm hook. And then I just have a pencil and my pattern.
Let's start.
Okay, so to start, you want to make a slip knot. So you just wrap it around your finger twice, and I like to hold it off to the side. Pull your back one up, leave it there. I like to put my finger on it so I know which one's which, and not pull the back off, and it makes a knot. And on you go. So again, chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 29, 30. So we chained 30. And now it looks like we have, so anywhere you see an S on this pattern, the S means a single crochet row.
I thought you said skip.
Right, skip the bobble. So the S means single crochet. So these S's here in the pattern, you are just going to single crochet each row, back and forth. So you're going to single crochet all the way down, chain 1, single crochet all the way down, chain 1, and do that until you're done with those. So that looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet rows to start. So to start a single crochet, on the second chain from, so on the second chain from the hook, not the one on the hook, and not the one there, that's why you add that, that's why we chain 30. You're gonna single crochet in. Okay, and then single crochet all the way down. And at the end of this row, and at the end of every single row, why is this yarn being a butt? There we go. So at the end of this row and at the end of every row, you should have 29 stitches because remember you skipped the 1 when we chained the 30. So we should always have 29. So at the end of that row, this is what it should look like. Okay, so you have 29. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now when we turn our work, we turn it behind us, not, well, you didn't see that. So we chain 1, now we're going to turn our work. To turn our work, I like to turn it behind. So I just bloop and flip like so. Okay. So I did the first row. Like I'm going to put my X on my pattern. And I always put it on the side where I stopped. Where I started, not where I stopped. So now I'm going to start over here and I'll X over here. So just go ahead and do 3 more single crochet rows. So you're just going to go back and forth, single crocheting. And then we'll start the little froggy guy. And we're just going to end this row with a chain 1. Boom. And turn our work away from us. First off, we need to do 1, 2 single crochets. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch. In the second stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through. Then you're gonna yarn over and pull through 2. You should have 2 loops on your hook now. You're gonna do that until you have 5 on your hook. So there's 3, 4, and here's 5. Is it 5 or 6? I think it's 6. One more, 6. So you want 6 on your loop. There we go. Once you have 6, you can see my 6. Focus. So once you have 6, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6. And then that's going to pop that out. So now into the next stitch, you're going to put a single crochet to lock that into place. And there's your bubble. Okay? So we have to do this all the way down, leaving 2 stitches at the end. So we need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 13 bobble stitch, single crochet, bobble stitch, single crochet. So I'm just going to keep going. yarn over until we have 6. So there's 3, 4, 5, and that dog is eating 6, and pull through, and then single crochet into the next one. Told you it's not hard. Okay, and continue onward. Now you don't have to count these because you're gonna know when you're at the end when you have 2 stitches left at the end. Just keep going until you see two stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a freaking headache. And pull through all. And then you're gonna crochet into the next one to lock it into place. So be sure you pay mind to your last 2. So 1, 2. I always like to make sure I know where I am. Looks like I'm getting ready to put my second to last one of these. So, why don't you guys comment below what other videos you would like to see when it comes to these bobble stitch patterns. This is our last bobble. So the next 2 should be single crochets. 1 and 2 to end that row. And that's how it should look. This is how Mr. Froggy's base is.
Kermie.
Kermie. Kermie the frog. So now you're just gonna chain your 1 after every single bobble stitch row. Let me cross it off. If you look at the pattern, the next row is always just a single crochet. So we just did this row here, this bottom. So now the next row is single crochet. So all you're gonna do is chain 1. Remember to turn your work away from you. So we're just gonna single crochet down. And as you're single crocheting, remember that you should always have 29 when you're done. Don't skip your bobble. There is a stitch on top. He kind of hangs out by himself up there. And then remember we put single crochets after each bobble, so there is one in between. You kind of got to pull it apart to see it. But you should always have 29 stitches at the end of every row. If you don't, you missed a stitch somewhere and you need to pause the video and go back and count. So chain 1, turn our work, and I'm gonna mark my pattern. Now it looks like we need 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets into the next 4 stitches. 1, psych. This yarn is on another number today. It keeps like frailing as I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3,
4.
4. And now we need 1 bobble stitch right into the next stitch. So 1, I should have 6. If you remember, 6 on my hook, right, Kay?
Sure. Yes.
There's 5, 6, and then pull through all. And then we need 6 single crochets.
Whatever you say, Mom.
Right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another bobble stitch right in the middle. Okay, and then we need 5 single crochets. 4 and 5. And then another bobble stitch into the next one. I think we're working on his little leggies. 3, 4, 5, number 6, pull through all, and then we need 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 bobble stitch here. Okay, and we should land with 4 single crochets left. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the pattern says. Now you chain your 1, turn your work away from you, And you can see his legs are starting to form. These are his 2 legs. Okay, so just single crochet down all the way to the end. And chain up 1, turn your work, and we'll meet back for the next bubble stitch round. We need 3 single crochets into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. We need 1 bobble into the next stitch. Okay. And then we need 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 bobble. Okay, and then we need 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then another bobble. And that's our last bobble. No, it isn't. I lied. We need 6 single crochets. I was in the wrong area because I marked it early. I'm not even counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the 4th to last stitch, you're going to put a bobble there. And like the beginning, you should end with 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now you're on the single crochet row. So you're going to chain up your 1, turn your work, and you can see his little leggies are forming. So you're just going to go ahead and do your single crochet row. Chain 1, turn our work. Now this row, we need 2 single crochets in the bobble stitch. Biggie, you're avalanching the camera. Six single crochets. 5, 6, and then that bobble stitch is going to go right in there into the 7th stitch. Then we need 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a bobble stitch into here. I think this is also called a popcorn stitch. I've heard it referred to as that as well.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
You know we love our popcorn.
Okay, after that one you have 6 single crochets into the next 6 stitches. And your final bubble stitch of this row to the next stitch. And you should end with 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and then chain 1, turn your work. Okay. You know what to do now. Like I said, after every bobble stitch row, you have to put a single crochet row to give that next row that foundation it needs.
1, 2, 2.
All right, so we're gonna chain 1, turn the work away from us.
Wait, when did you take the Tylenol?
When I paused it for one of the rows.
Oh.
All right, next we're gonna do 2 single crochet. 1, 2 into the next 2 stitches.
You're over here being sneaky.
Go ahead and put your 1 bobble stitch into the next stitch.
This blanket is pretty. On the front page.
Mm-hmm.
You need some more yarn.
Mm-hmm. And then the next 5 stitches, we need single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's sit back a little. Okay, and then we're gonna go put another bobble stitch into the next stitch. And then we need 11 single crochets. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and a bobble stitch into the next single crochet. See how it folds up?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Okay, and then we need 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a bobble stitch, and you should have 2 stitches left for the last 2 single crochets. So 1, 2, Kermie.
Don't mess with Mom.
Don't mess with me, Kermie the frog. Okay, chain 1 and do your single crochet row, but here's how he looks. So now we're gonna chain 1, turn our work away from us. Okay, so Kermie needs 3 single crochets now into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 1 bobble stitch. This yarn is really frail. Okay. And then 2 single crochets into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2.
Are you putting music over this?
Not over all of this. Over the single crochet rows, yes.
Why?
Okay, and then we need 15 single crochets. Want to count with me? 1, 2, 3, 6.
What?
7.
You're not saying them out loud. How am I supposed to know?
15. 1 single crochet. 1 bobble into the next single crochet stitch. Ching. Okay. And then we need 2 singles. 1. I need a double. 1, 2 single crochets, and then the next one is a bobble stitch, and then you should end with 3 single crochet stitches left. Guess what?
You weren't?
I have 3 left.
Oh. I was like, whoa.
1, 2, 3. If you follow along this pattern, you should be able to make this with no problems, honestly. So I'm gonna flip them, and you can see I'm gonna put him side by side his pattern. Pull up some of that. Let's go this way. Switch you over this way. You're getting in my way. See? You can see where he's coming together at. See his leg, his other leg, and now we're working up. We're going to be right here.
And then we
to his
can
mouth.
do his eyes.
Yep. Okay, so done with that row. So you're just going to chain up your 1. Let me rehook on. I already chained 1, so we're going to turn our work to us. When you single crochet row, you turn it to you. When you bobble stitch, turn it away from you. So go ahead and do your single crochet row, and we'll meet you back up when we have it done. So I just finished that row. So we're going to go ahead and chain our 1 and turn our work away from us. So behind. Now we need 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to put that 1 bobble stitch into the next stitch. Okay, and then we need 17 single crochets. So the rest of this row, essentially. 2, 6, 17. Okay, and the next one is that last bobble stitch of this row. Okay, and then, excuse me, you should end with 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me mark my row off. Go ahead and chain 1. Turn your work to you. Ah, he's looking so good. You can really see him good in the camera finder, but this green looks a lot darker on screen than it is in person. All right, so go ahead and do your single crochet row down. Okay, we need 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 bobble. 1. Can you cross the bobbles when I do them?
Which one?
The green. I'm right here. Then we need 6 single crochets. Oh, we're making his mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then
Bobble.
we need 4. So we're gonna do a bobble stitch, single crochet, repeat. 1, 4 times. 2.
Should I cross these off?
3. Nope. 4. Okay, so here's 1. 2.
Cross the bobble off.
3.
Wait, you've done 3 already? You're too fast. You can't keep up with you.
Okay, here's 4. So now I need 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another bobble stitch into the next one. This yarn is really frail. It keeps breaking.
That's not good.
Okay. And then you should have 4 stitches left for 4 single crochets.
Did you already do this, Bobble?
Yep. Yep, just now. So 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 1. And there's his mouth. Okay. So go ahead and single crochet down and we'll follow up when we're done with that. Now we need 4 single crochets. 1, 2,
3, 4, and then
3,
a bobble.
4, and then a bobble stitch right into the next stitch.
Where's the beat button when you need it?
Okay. And then how many do we need, Kaylee?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. 5 what?
Single crochets.
Mm-hmm.
I had to really think on that one.
And then what?
Bobble.
Mm-hmm. How many?
1.
Uh-huh. And then what?
7 single crochets.
Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then what?
Bobble.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
5 of the single crochet thingies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what?
A bobble.
Okay. And then what?
4 single crochet thingies.
2, 3, 4, and then what? Chain 1, turn our work toward us, and admire his eyeballs. And now we single crochet down. So let's chain our 1, turn our work. Now we need 5 single crochets.
Did you do the row?
1, I did. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we put our bobble stitch into the next one. Okay. And then we need, again, like over here, we need 17 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I meant 17, not 7. 17. And then we need a bobble stitch into the next one. Okay. And then we should end with 5 single crochets. 1. Nope, you didn't want to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that row is done. So we're just going to go ahead and do our single crochet row again, like every time. Chain 1. How many single crochets do we need this go? Right here.
4.
So we need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our bobble stitch, correct?
Yep.
And then what?
3 of them.
3 what?
Single crochets.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then what?
The bobble.
Mm-hmm. This yarn is so frail. See what I mean? It comes apart.
That's not good.
No, it just frails. Does yarn have an expiration date? And then what?
11 single crochets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Next.
Your bobble.
And then
3 single crochets.
1, 2, and then 3.
A bobble.
See, this pattern's so easy a child could read it.
And then 4 single crochets.
And then we end the row with what? What'd you say? 4
Single crochets.
4 single crochets to end the row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, turn, and let's do our single crochet row. And looks like we only have 2 more rows for the bobble stitches, and this feller is done. Right now we just finished this row, so we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more rows.
So where the row is.
All right, so go ahead and chain 1, turn your work toward you. Your frog should be facing you. And you're just gonna single crochet down. Chain 1, turn our work. Will you please cross off the S row? I only like to cross my S rows. All right, how many do we need?
5 single crochets.
2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and then a bobble.
Yep. And then you're going to need 6 single crochets.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then a bobble.
All right, so we need a bobble stitch and then what? A single crochet?
Yeah.
And then what?
A bobble.
Okay. So you're gonna do 1 bobble stitch, 1 single crochet, and then another single crochet, and then what?
A bobble.
Okay.
Six single crochets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
And then a bobble.
and then what?
5 single crochets.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Chain 1. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. And single crochet across. So we'll meet you back when I have that done. Okay, so now we need 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a bobble stitch,
single crochet after that bobble stitch,
and then a single crochet, and then a bobble. This is his last bobble stitch round, and then we'll add the border and spray him. Single crochet and another bobble stitch. And then how many singles now?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we repeat the other 3. So you're going to do 1 bobble stitch, single crochet 3 times. So there's 1. 2,
and then 6 single crochets to end it.
and here's our 3rd bobble, and then 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so chain 1 and turn, and there he is. So what you're going to do is go ahead and crochet 3 single crochet rows right now. And then we will come back and we will go ahead and work on the border. So you're just going to put 3 single crochets. So go down, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet back, chain 1, single crochet back. This should be facing you when you're done for the border. Okay, so we will meet back up when I have that done. Okay, so you see I just finished that row. Now I did not finish it all the way. So in this corner stitch here, you're going to put 2 single crochets. And what that's going to allow you to do is to turn your work and go down this way. And that's how we're going to get the border. So now you're just going to go ahead and single crochet all the way down in any opening spots you have. Okay, and this is going to give you the border. Once you get to that corner again, just put 2 single crochets in there, and that's going to help you turn the work. Okay. And you're going to go all the way around until you go back to that last one, back over to the stitch where you started in that corner. So if you guys really like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit subscribe, as I have tons of new bobble stitch videos coming out within this next couple of weeks. Okay, so we're in that corner again, so we're going to just put 2 to turn. Okay, and then single crochet down. So now we're heading down this other corner, and I like to hide this tail as I work this way, so I don't have to work it in later. Thank you for finding the chicken. All right, we're at the end. So then we're just gonna insert a hook through the stitch, yarn over, and pull through both. What in the world? They won't open. Pull them apart without putting your hand in them. There we go. I'm gonna have to clean them, I think.
Jeez.
And then we're just gonna cut a nice tail and pull that through.
Let's go.
All right. So now we have our water bottle. We're just going to spray him. Soap.
I told you.
Soap.
I told you it might be filled with soap. It might be clean. I don't know.
We're just gonna soak this sucker.
Who knows if it's clean or not?
And then we're gonna flip them. And we're gonna soak this side. You can see he's already wanting to stay flat.
The water seems to really help.
Soak up any on the table. And now he's flat. Now we'll let him dry. And then we'll get a picture of him.
Video completed.
There he is. Senor Kermie. Kermie. Here is Mr. Kermie. And here is his pattern. They are twins. Twins. See? Spraying them with water keeps them flat. Yes, my table is soaked, but that's okay.